In a press conference this afternoon, McMaster Athletics and Recreation introduced Amos Conolly as the new head coach of the McMaster men's basketball program.
When we started this search, from a personal point of view, there were three things that were important to me. The first was that we find somebody with a high level of basketball acumen, or as they say, basketball intelligence. Someone who is on the leading edge of game day strategies and was on the leading edge of training and development of their players. A person who could take all the facilities and all the resources we have here and utilize them and drive them and actually challenge us to introduce more. Secondly, I thought it was really important, it wasn't critical, really important that we found somebody from the Hamilton community for all the reasons that I mentioned before, because basketball is a very big part of this community, and McMaster is an integral part of the overall basketball community, and we can't be looking at ourselves in isolation. And finally, and most importantly for me anyway, personally, that we find somebody with an unwavering commitment to the student-athlete's success on the court, in the classroom, and in the community. And I think we found in Amos Conolly somebody who not only satisfies all three of those requirements for me, but goes well beyond that, because we found somebody with passion, with intensity, with integrity, with a commitment, with a burning desire to win.
Conolly brings a wealth of experience to the position, having coached the past 15 years in the Hamilton community. He is the director of the Basketball Academy of the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board, and he has 7 years' experience as an assistant coach at McMaster, where he helped guide both the men's and the women's teams to OUA championships.
Amos Conolly is an educator. He was probably the only interviewee that I've ever interviewed for a coaching position that talked about learning outcomes. What are the outcomes that Amos wants for his players? Effective communication, collaboration, leadership development, self-awareness, healthy behaviors. You can understand that as a professor and dean of students, these attributes resonate well with me.
The positive response Conolly has already received from McMaster student athletes has made this transition even more exciting.
Who I really want to thank, though, and Jeff thanked a number of people that I would like to thank as well, but I got to thank the players. I know that they were supportive, and I think that's what this is all about. And Dr. Wood referenced a couple things about the student-athlete experience. I think that's critical, but I have to say the feedback from the athletes, I saw a few of them last night, so positive right away. It speaks to the desire for all of us to move forward and move into this next phase together. But I have to say, when I'm up here, I'm thinking about the student athlete and how we can make their lives better, how we can use this program to take it to the next step.
As a McMaster graduate, Conolly looks forward to returning to campus.
You know, I think when you've grown up on a campus and you've seen it in a million different ways, you stayed in residence on this campus and you walked your dog in the botanical gardens out back, when you spent all that kind of time, to be able to realize that this is your job and to walk on campus. The other day when I first met with Jeff and we shook hands on this, I left his office and just walked around, just walked through the archways and back, the whole thing. For me, this is a real coming home, even though I've been in this community the whole time. I think the opportunity to impact the life of a student athlete is huge. I've been an elementary teacher, and it's an opportunity to impact, but how many of you would speak to the impact of elementary teachers versus high school teachers or university profs or coaches? I think this role gives me a chance to have a huge impact in a positive way on this community and the student athletes. So for me, being on campus is a great thing.
For the McMaster Marauders, I'm Charlotte Peer.